12 News is your local election headquarters. Polls in Fall River are open for a few more hours as residents vote in the city's preliminary election for mayor. Right now, there are 3 candidates in the race. Today's primary will narrow that down to 2. 12 News reporter Alex Torres-Perez spoke to each candidate about what they expect tonight. Alex?
Well, Shannon, all 3 candidates are excited for today, visiting polls and hoping they will move on to the next stage, the general election, to try to become mayor. One by one, Fall River residents cast their vote on who will move on in the mayor's race. On their ballot, 3 names: current Mayor Paul Coogan, former Mayor Sam Sutter, and longtime city resident Michael Vandal.
I figured I'd make a difference.
Something the other candidates also aspire to do. The incumbent mayor seeking re-election to finish projects he's already working on.
We'd like to finish up 79 to the best of our ability, which is a huge project in the city of Fall River. We want to finish our renovations going along Pleasant Street, part of our Flint urban renewal plan. We want to try to get some businesses into downtown, and we want to work on some of our public safety initiatives.
But one of his opponents says not enough is being done.
I think the city's stuck in mud. I think people know that I'll get the city going again, and that's my message.
Sutter says he was successful during his brief tenure as mayor in 2015, and he hopes to do it again.
We have to reduce the tax burden on the hardworking people of Fall River, and the way to do that is here, new business.
But the race is far from over, as the new mayor won't be elected until the general election, November 7th.
This is part of the process. This is step 1, and we're on our way to step 2, hopefully.
Now, polls will close at 8, and we'll, of course, keep you updated with those results as they come in, both on air and online at WPRI.com. Reporting live in studio, Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.
12 News is your local election headquarters. There's just a few hours left for people in Fall River to vote in the preliminary mayoral race. 12 News reporter Alex Torres-Perez goes over what we can expect with today's vote. Alex?
Well, Mike, a lot of excitement and hope tonight as people cast their votes to narrow down the pool on who will become the next mayor. Tonight will mark the end of a candidate's attempt to become Fall River's next mayor. 3 names are on the ballot: incumbent Mayor Paul Coogan, former Mayor Sam Sutter, and longtime city resident Michael Vandal, all with the same goal.
I figured I'd make a difference.
Sutter's goal is to cut residents' taxes by bringing in new businesses to the area, something he says he was able to do when he put together a deal to bring in Market Basket and other businesses like Amazon to the area when he was mayor in 2015.
When you look at this economic engine, which is the primary economic engine in the city of Fall River today, I did that in 1 year.
The incumbent mayor also hopes to bring in new businesses, but he's also focused on finishing up some of his current projects.
We'd like to finish up 79 to the best of our ability, which is a huge project in the city of Fall River. We want to finish our renovations going along Pleasant Street, part of our Flint urban renewal plan.
At the polls, volunteers held signs in support of their candidates. Voters are turning in their ballots, and only 2 will move on to the final step, the November 7 general election, to become the next mayor.
After today, there's 6 weeks to go.
I got to get through this. I'll talk to you at 8:30 tonight, and we'll tell you how we are.
And voters in Fall River still have about 2 hours left to cast their votes. Polls close at 8 o'clock tonight. We'll, of course, keep you updated with those results as they come in, both on air and online at WPRI.com. Reporting live in studio, Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.